Welcome to our third annual holiday nail art series with me, Sarah, from Sarah's Nail Secrets.
And Talia from Talia's Nail Tales. This year we're doing 12 designs, but we're going to space them out a little bit different so the series lasts until Christmas.
So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss a tutorial. Let's get started.
Welcome to day 7, everyone. Day 7 was themed Crazy Christmas. Now, these nails were done on a fellow nail tech friend of mine, Mysti, and I thought I'd leave a little bit of the audio in for how we came up with this concept for this particular design.
So originally, I was like, I wanted it to make it look like Christmas threw up on your nails. That's like what I was thinking. Okay. I think I told you that, but in a nice way. So when I searched Crazy Christmas on Pinterest, I like this.
Okay.
But then, and this is where I think you're gonna like this. I love these. Like, I feel like this is you.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So I feel like I want to do this as my palette. This was another option, is to incorporate teals, but I'm leaning towards this.
I love the plaid.
Okay, so it's not, it'd be like classy throw up.
Okay,
like
I love that.
I love the buffalo plaid, like the hints of red. I love all the greenery.
So you're thinking like the black and gray?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
Yeah, I really like the black and white.
Yes, I love that.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it.
I was really excited for like a classy, crazy Christmas look. So we're going to take some Effusions Walk the Stage, which if I want a bright pearly white, this is the one that I am going to gravitate towards. And I'm going to put this all over her pointer finger. If I'm being completely honest with you guys in this video, this was the only nail that I knew what I was going to do on it going into this design. This I knew was going to be that black and white like buffalo plaid on top of this particular nail. But other than that, I didn't know what the other ones were going to be, and we were just going to see what happens. I forgot to film like a little outtake of this color, but this color is Hot Tamale from Light Elegance. It's a super old color, but it is the perfect like orangey red type of color, and I thought it would tie into this design perfectly. Now, I didn't want red to be a huge focus of this nail design, but I definitely wanted one nail where it was covered in this particular color. Light Elegance's Ringmaster is a really nice medium to dark green, like flat color. There's no pearl, no shimmer, or anything to it. And I decided to put this all over her ring finger, knowing that I was going to do some Swarovski crystals on this nail as well. At first, I was kind of thinking maybe I would tie some other like floral elements or whatever into this design, but because it is a green nail, it's really hard to tie, I find, floral details in with it or like greenery or anything on top of green. So I knew when I was putting this on, it was just going to be a crystal nail. Light Elegance's Morning Grind is a nice medium to dark gray, and because I knew that the buffalo plaid that I hope I'm saying that right, I hope it's the black and white one is also called buffalo plaid. I know the red and like black is called buffalo plaid, whatever. Anyway, I knew that that had a lot of black and white elements to it, so I thought incorporating like a dark or medium gray would help tie everything together. So I decided to put this all over her pinky finger as well as her thumb finger. Now down the road, you guys are going to see me do some wood grain on top of this, but as Mysti and I were coming up with this concept for this design, I honestly had no idea. I just knew I wanted to tie in some of the gray colors from that buffalo plaid. I'm going to keep calling it buffalo plaid. Hopefully that's correct. It looks like it didn't take us too long to get to this part where we were embedding all the colors, but I promise you guys it did. I honestly, Mysti and I were just having such a great time catching up that my mind was racing with ideas, but I had no idea what we were going to do. So I'm just embedding her nails with some Fusion SL Clear now. To get these gray nails to look like wood grain, I'm going to take some of my Apres alcohol ink as well as some alcohol inks that I find at Michael's. And I just wanted some neutral tones, so I'm just going in with some brown colors here. And in all honesty, this I don't think ends up really showing up, so I'm not entirely sure if this was a necessary step. I think if I was to do this nail again and create some wood grain, I would just go with a little bit of a lighter gray as the background. Once I have my background ready to go, I'm going to take this wood grain stamping image and I'm just going to stamp it on top of it in a brown that has a little bit of a pearl hint to it. Now another image that I took inspiration from this design were these present nails here, and I liked that they were a wood grain background and then they had some really nice like buffalo plaid ribbon on top of it. So I was trying to rack my brain to figure out how to make it look like ribbon in buffalo plaid. So at first I'm going to take the Get Plaid plate and then I'm going to stamp some lines on there, and then I'm going to take that plaid image with my stamper and remove some of the image with my scraper. This way I have a straight line going into this ribbon look. Taking that same plaid image, I'm going to stamp this all over her pointer finger. Now the nice thing about this plaid image is it is a layered image, so once you stamp the majority of the plate in it, you can go in with like a darker gray and fill in the lines, and I think that just adds some really nice detail to it. This red nail was a complete like wing on my part because I really didn't know what I was going to do to tie in some more greenery to this nail at this point. So I decided to take this particular image here and then stamp some cranberries on top of it. To create the greenery on her nails, I found these decals in my collection, and I apologize you guys, but I honestly have no idea where these came from. I don't know when I got them. They've just been in my collection for such a long time, but they worked so well because they really stood out on top of the dark nail. I was thinking that I could try and stamp something in green, but I knew that it would not show up on top of this dark nail. So I'm going to take some of this Ugly Duckling Shtick It, and I'm just going to put it in the center of the decal here, and then I'm going to go in with some of these crystal pixies. These are the edge crystal pixies, so they are a little bit bigger, but I just love how sparkly these are, and I'm just going to cure them into the Ugly Duckling Shtick It, and this will hold them super well. Wood grain nails on her thumb. I'm going to do the exact same thing with these decals, but I'm going to do them in the corner of the nail by the cuticle and then the corner by the free edge as well, and then this way it kind of frames the nail really nicely, and you can still see some of that wood grain popping through. On the green nail, we're just going to go in with a bunch of different Swarovski crystals, and we're just going to kind of put them in the corner because I thought this would look really nice. So the crystal colors that I'm using are cyan as well as light cyan. I'm also going to go in with some brown ones here that are topaz, I believe. And I did decide to throw a little bit of green on here as well, just because the green is a little bit of a different color than the green that's on the bottom of it. And I thought that would tie in some of the other greenery that we have going on this nail. I wasn't liking how you couldn't really see the berries on this nail because it was red on red, so I decided to take some of these Swarovski crystals in the cyan color, which is a little bit darker. That way they kind of stood out on top of this nail as well. I also decided to take some of those crystals and add them as embellishments on the wood grain nail, just where the greenery is, and this really made it pop really nicely. Mysti and I really liked how these were looking, but I thought I could add a little bit more details to this greenery by putting some sugar on. So when you're doing sugar nails, make sure you top gloss the nail first. I usually forget to do this, and then it drives me insane because you don't want to top gloss over top of sugar. That completely defeats the purpose of it. So top gloss it, cure your nail, and because I have decals on these nails, I am going to go in twice with my top gloss so that it kind of holds those decals in a bit better. Then I'm going to go in and just add some details with that same top gloss, and this is what the sugar is going to adhere to. So wherever you put this top gloss down is where the sugar is going to go. So once I have all of my top gloss on this greenery, I'm going to take one of these dishes and I'm just going to put it down underneath and sprinkle some of the sugar on top of it using my Ugly Duckling stick thing. I can't remember what they call this, but the other end of it is a little scoop, and it works really well for sugar. Once that has cured, you're just going to brush it off, and then your greenery has some little sugar accent that looks like snow on top of it. I really liked how this turned out, so we decided to do that for the rest of the greenery nails. As I was top glossing this one to get it ready to go for the sugar nails, make sure you're doing your 2 coats again, I realized that I did want to put some more greenery on that plain buffalo plaid nail. Originally I was thinking of just leaving this completely plain on its own, but I just love the way the greenery looks on top of it, so we did decide to add some of that green accent to it with the crystals as well. Since I had to go in and top gloss the plaid nails anyway before I did the sugar, I just decided to do the top glossing part right now for the rest of the nails as well. Just gonna go back in and add some of that sugar detail on top of the decals here. I found that just doing little tiny dots versus like long lines worked really well for this, because I found if I did the long lines that it was really kind of taking over that greenery, and I didn't want to cover that greenery up. I just wanted to add a little bit of an accent with the sugar. So after that has cured, we're just gonna brush it off, and this nail design is completely done. I absolutely love how it came together. I love that I was able to take inspiration from something that I knew Mysti was really gonna like. She's all about kind of like the neutral colors, so this worked out perfect for both my crazy Christmas theme as well as something that I thought that she would really enjoy wearing. Huge thank you to Mysti for making the trip down to see me and being a part of this series. I will leave her social media in the description box below if you guys want to go check out what she offers on her social media as well. Make sure you guys go and check out what Sarah did for Crazy Christmas as well. In true Sarah fashion, they are a beautiful, long, gorgeous nail with some really fun Christmas elements to it as well. Make sure you guys come back tomorrow for another Vlogmas video. 2 days from now, we'll continue this series. Follow me on all my social media, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!